Hey guys, it's Cal and Sean back with another deck profile. But before we get into it, I forgot to do it in the last video. Make sure you check out Cox Cards and use ChainBlock 5 for 5% off on all YuGiOh sealed, you're not supposed to know that one, and singles. But Sean, what are you profiling today for us?
First, I just want to mention Stampede has just come out, and Alliance Insight is up on the horizon. We also have that deck build pack with the Yummies and the Dragon Tails, both huge archetypes, K9s as well. Kong's Cards, save yourself a bit of money, 5% off, ChainBlock 5. Trust me, well worth your time.
It will be.
So today I am going to be doing Raidraptor. This is a deck we've recorded profiles for before, but they ended up not going up for various reasons. It's one of my favorite decks of all time. Anyone who watches us knows that we're all big PK fans. Technically, this is the same archetype. Yeah. It does a lot of cool things, has a lot of cool interaction, and yeah, I'll just get right into it. It's a great deck. So for the main, we are on 3 Tribute Lanius. I'll actually explain these as we go through. A lot of people might not know what this deck does.
Yeah, a lot, like with certain waves of support, they're probably also like curious on which ones, which effects you selected to go with.
Yeah. So 3 Tribute. This is like a decent starter. It's probably like the best of the old ones. So during your main phase, if this was normal or special this turn, you can send a Raidraptor from your deck to your grave. That's the part that matters.
Yeah.
During your main phase 2, if this was destroyed by an opponent's monster by battle, so you can like crash it, you can add a rank up magic quick play from deck to hand, and then you can't special accept Raidraptors. That effect does come up, but most of the time you're just using this as foolish.
The figure's fair.
Also, just level 4 name. You need a lot of those.
Yeah, you need a lot of level 4 names.
3 Bloom Vulture. This card is unbelievable. If you do not control any face-up monsters other than winged beasts, and again, it's other than, so you can summon it on a blank board.
Yeah.
You can special summon this card and a Raidraptor from hand.
That's pretty decent.
So it's like it's popular for 2.
Yeah, that's actually very nice.
And then secondly, if you control no monsters at all, you can target 2 level 4 or lower Raidraptors in grave, including this card. Special summon both in defense position.
Oh, that's why it's in the grave then.
Yeah. So you both effects Dark Lock you, and you can only use 1 per turn. But the follow-up this offers you is unbelievable.
I doubt the Dark Lock matters too much, to be honest.
I think every card in here is a Dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, we then have 3 Strangle Lanius. Old heads will remember that this card used to be pretty damn expensive.
Yeah. I remember when they were expensive, man.
So if you control a Dark monster, you can special this card from hand, and then you're Dark Locked. And if you control an Xyz monster with a Dark Xyz monster as material, which you do all the time, this is a rank up deck.
The whole lot, yeah.
You can target a level 4 or lower Raidraptor in grave, special summon it, but it's effect negate. So it's a free summon, and then if you summon it mid combo, you can get another free summon off it. Nice. Very strong. We're also on 3 Noir Lanius. During your main phase, if this was normal or special this turn, you can target a Raidraptor you control, add a Raidraptor monster with a different level from that monster from your deck to your hand. We only have the 1 target, but you need it.
Yeah.
You can also banish this from grave to increase or decrease the levels of all Raidraptors you control by 1. Very rare that comes up, but it does have an actual use case. There's a rank 5 we can make with this if you can't get to your rank up spell.
That's nice. That's at least you know for a fact it has a purpose. You know?
Yeah, it's redundancy, but you know, every little edge you can have helps. Yeah. So it's good to know.
Yeah.
We're on 2 Mimicry Lanius. You could theoretically cut this to 1. I like having 2. I never want to run out of this card. So during your main phase, if this was normal or special this turn, you can increase the levels of all Raidraptors you control by 1. Same use case. Yeah. Again, it rarely comes up, but it does come up. During your main phase, if this card is in the grave because it was sent there this turn, this is the effect that matters, you can banish this card, add any Raidraptor card from deck to hand except itself.
Oh, card is pretty good.
So you usually use this to get the spell, but you can use it if you're starting with Tribute to get combo.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So this card is incredible. You use it every turn.
Yeah.
2 Fuzzy. You could theoretically cut this completely, but it is a pretty strong extender. So if you control a Raidraptor other than him, you can special it from hand, and if it's sent to grave, you can add another copy of itself. You can use each effect once per turn, but Raidraptor locks you for the full turn if you use either.
Oh, I see.
Now, most of the time, and for your like bread and butter combo, you are only going into Raidraptor monsters. So the restriction is not as crazy as it seems. But there are some options I am into playing that you could be, like Evil Swarm Nightmare, and then there's your like SPs and stuff. This does lock you out of them. You should be aware that it locks you out of them, but the card is still very good.
Yeah.
You wouldn't play 3.
Yeah.
You do play 2 because it searches itself.
Yeah, like it warrants a spot, but not 3 as spot.
The one Raider's Wing, this is one of the PK Raidraptor crossover cards. Always treated as both, so this is a Raidraptor monster. If it's in hand or grave, you can detach a material from a Dark Xyz to special it, but its banishment leaves the field. So great extender.
Yeah, that's a very good extension.
And then if an Xyz monster whose original attribute is Dark has this card as material, it can't be targeted.
Yo, that's
which is massive for this deck.
That's great.
I will be showing a 2-card combo later. It won't be using that effect too well, but it is worth knowing that there are some other combos. If people want, I can do like a full-length combo guide. You can use this thing early to make like your whole combo targeting insulated. It just completely turns off Impermanent Veiler.
Yeah.
So if people want, leave a comment. I will do like a full-length, like half-hour combo guide. But at the end of this profile, I'll just do the bread and butter.
Yeah.
The one of Singing Lanius, this is a contentious include, but I quite like it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially if you're playing through Interruption, you just want more level 4 extenders. Obviously, he's a Raidraptor now. If you control a face-up Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from hand.
Oh, he's just a Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
No, that's nice.
He's just really good. He's the worst one, technically, because you have to control an Xyz, which means you're already part of the way through the combo. But the fact that he's an extender and like is one searchable off 4 Strix and 4 Strix meets the condition, he's well worth the include.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the one of Heal Eagle. This is level 3. This is your Search Off Noir. It's the only one that's not a level 4.
Oh yeah, level 3. Yeah.
If all monsters you control are Raidraptors, minimum 1, you can special it from hand. So just free summon.
That makes sense.
The effect that matters, you can banish this from grave, target a Raidraptor spell trap in grave, and add it back to hand.
That's very powerful.
It's very powerful.
That's very powerful.
It's a huge part of the combo. And then the one of Seamorg. This has some weird use cases. You use it off 4 Strix, and then you can like do it to ChainBlock stuff. It's also like it's a normal and not a special as an extender.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You could cut it. I wouldn't. Comes up. It's good, but you could cut it. Again, it's a level 4 Dark Wing Beast extender.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a dark kind of helps a lot, considering you're dark locked off of half your cards.
Absolutely. You could also theoretically play 3 of this card, as well as the field spell for the Seamorgs, which like gives you multiple extenders off this, but it's more bricky. If you're going all in on like all gas, no non-engine, you could. I wouldn't. I think this deck plays the best as kind of like mid-rangey with a strong turn 1 combo.
Yeah, it's kind of a low to the ground kind of deck that can keep going if it needs to.
It's got a good grind game. You'd be surprised. Like it spits out and it uses your whole hand turn 1, but it can grind really well, especially because of that Bloom Vulture Grave effect.
Yeah.
It just puts you back in the game when you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So that's the monsters. It's a big portion of the deck, but all of them have like multiple use cases. They're all very good. For the Raidraptor spell traps, we are on 2 of the Rise rank up. This is a Raidraptor name as well.
Yeah.
So it's very searchable. During the main phase or your opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Raidraptor Xyz monsters you control and or in your grave, including at least 1 on the field. If at least 2 remain face up at resolution, which means like because it can target in grave, it just means like they can't be face down banished or anything.
Yeah.
The one on field has to stay on field, but the one in grave can be bestialed and you'll still get it.
Oh, okay.
Special summon a Raidraptor Xyz from your extra deck with a rank equal to their combined ranks. And if you do, attach the targeted monsters as material. It's treated as an Xyz summon, and you transfer their materials to the summon monster.
That's really
all of this is relevant. It's an absolute house. It's how you get to the big guy.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'll show you the combo. We're on the one of Skip Force. This is crucial to the combo. Target a Raidraptor Xyz you control. Special summon from your extra deck a Raidraptor that is 2 ranks higher using that as material and transfer the materials. Yeah, it's part of the mainline combo. You go from the 5 into the 7 off this.
Yeah.
During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to grave, you can banish it, and a Raidraptor from grave, and then target a Raidraptor Xyz in grave and special them. So again, grind game, recursion,
that's really
bring stuff
good.
back.
The grind game is really starting to show itself through the cards here.
Speaking of the grind game, the last rank up we play is the Soul Shave Force. This was another one that was crazy expensive for no reason. You pay half your life, target a Raidraptor Xyz in your grave, special it, then special from your extra deck an Xyz monster that is 2 ranks higher, using it as the Xyz material, treat it as an Xyz summon. This is like if you get popped halfway through the combo, you search this one instead.
Yeah.
And you can bring it back. And
yeah, that's nice.
It's worse, but it's super relevant, and past turn 1, you use this every time. You'll search it out, because you'll use the 5 during your turn 1 combo, and we play 2 of the 7. You'll see in the extra, but you summon the 5 back, you put the 7 over it, and it puts you in a really, really good spot. Especially because the 7 always wants to have minimum 1 material, and it needs to be a Raidraptor now.
Yeah.
Then we're on the 1 of Roost. If a Raidraptor monster is special from the extra deck to your field, you can add a Raidraptor spell trap from your deck to your hand.
Nice.
Except itself. Then you can target 3 of your Raidraptor monsters that are banished or in your grave, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and draw 1.
Nice.
The draw is nice, but the recursion from banished is huge.
Yeah.
Especially, you've already seen Heal Eagle. You'll banish that to get back the quick play rank up.
Yeah.
And then you put back the Heal Eagle. Mimicry also banishes itself from grave to search. Put that back. You can put your Xyzes back to extra from grave. And again, like it says draw 1.
Yeah, and it just lets you play in a position where you just shouldn't be able to.
Absolutely. And then the search target for this is 1 Raidraptor Glorious Bright. If you control a Raidraptor monster, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, or if you control a Raidraptor Xyz monster, which you always will, you can target a face-up card your opponent controls, negate that card's effect until the end of the turn. So this can negate spells.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. And then you can banish this from grave, target 1 of your Raidraptor monsters that is banished or in grave, add it back to hand. So again, grind game, recursion.
Yeah.
The only thing about it is once you use that effect, you can't get it back because Roost only puts back monsters.
Yeah.
But you have ways to add this back from grave.
Yeah, that's handy.
So the banish effect on this one specifically is kind of a last ditch, but it's good.
Yeah, that's handy.
And yeah, recurable negate.
What can we say? Like, if you have a recurable negate, you're going to play.
Yeah. So then the last piece of like kind of engine is 3 Swallows Cowrie. This quick play spell, tribute a winged beast from hand or face-up field. Add a winged beast from deck to hand with the same level as the tribute monster. This can turn, for example, Thualos into any piece of engine if you're going first.
Wow.
But more importantly, you can dodge target negation on, say, you normal tribute. You go effect Foolish, they go Imperm. You have Swallows Cowrie, search Bloom Vulture. Now you have this in grave, you have Bloom in grave, you have an open field.
That's actually crazy.
So you have Mimicry in grave, this in grave, Bloom in hand, open field. It's absolutely nutty. And then for the non-engine, we actually have like a decent bit of room for, like, there's a lot of engine cards here, but you still kind of have plenty of space.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. All of the Raidraptors are Dark and Dark Lock you, so we're very free to play 3 Dominus Impulse.
Dominus Impulse.
Hell of a card.
You're going to play it.
And then we are on 2 Thrust for the 1 talents. This obviously also gets you to rank ups, or to the Glorious Bright, or to Dominus or Imperm if you want. Very strong in this deck.
Yeah.
And then the 1 of Called By.
And the Called By.
If you want to go up, you can put in the Crossout, just hit the extra stuff. You can play other non-engine if you'd rather. You're pretty free with what you do with this. You can also go up. I wouldn't go as far as 50, but like 45 is like completely fine in this deck.
Yeah, I've seen people play like higher deck counts with Raidraptors. It's very much like Phantom Knights in play style, that the more cards you run, like, it doesn't really significantly hurt the decks.
I would say this kind of has less pseudo starters than PK.
Yeah.
PK has a lot of cards where they aren't a starter alone, but if you draw 2 of them, you're fine.
Yeah.
This deck kind of struggles a little more with that, but not to a crazy degree. So that's the main. It's very compact, very, like, floor focused rather than ceiling focused.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with it. So for the extra, it's worth noting that you will go through a lot of cards multiple times. So we are playing a lot of cards in the extra at more than one.
Yeah.
So we start off with the 2 Y-Strix. When this is link summoned, you can special a level 4 Dark Winged Beast from deck in defense position, negate its effects, and it can't be used as link material. That's fine. You're going to overlay it.
That's fine.
When a Raidraptor's Xyz monster effect is activated, set a rank up directly from deck, and if it's a quick play, it can be activated this turn.
Wow, that's so
very, very powerful tutor effect.
So link.
We are on the 3 4-Strix.
Yeah.
You actually do need to play 3.
It is the best one.
So this gains 500 attack and defense for each winged beast you control. You can make it like a big booty if you need to. It's like, never comes up there. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, add a level 4 Dark Winged Beast monster from deck to hand. Unbelievable. It's crucial to everything you will ever do. You can't cut this to less than 3.
Yeah.
I was playing this with 2. Theoretically, you can still resolve your combos, but you have no follow-up without the 3rd.
Yeah, like, it's just the best card. It's just the best card in the deck. It just makes the deck extremely playable.
We've got another one of the joint Raidraptor and Phantom Knight cards. It's Raider's Knight. So this is always treated as both. You can attach a material from this, special summon from your extra deck a Phantom Knight, Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon monster that is 1 rank higher or lower than this card, using it as material. Transfer the materials. It's treated as an Xyz summon, and during the end phase, that card is popped. It won't make it to the end phase.
Yeah.
This is a big part of the combo. The card you are summoning off of this is your rank 5 Brave Strix. While this is while this is Xyz material, under a Raidraptor Xyz, it gains attack equal to its rank times 100.
Oh, that's really good.
Which is just like a nice little bonus for it. So you can only use one of the effects per turn. You can either detach a material from this, set a Raidraptor spell trap from deck. It can be anyone. And if it has a Winged Beast monster as material, you can detach a material from this card, add a rank up magic spell from deck to hand. Notably, the first effect is set it, so it plays around Ash.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. We don't see much of that in Archetypes anymore. It's playing around the Ash Blossoms.
Yeah. Then we are on the 2 of Arsenal Falcon, another pricey one.
Yeah,
this card is insane. This is what you rank up the Brave Strix into.
A staple for John and his Fire King deck as well, thanks to yours truly as well.
Yeah, make them cash cards, get that Ulcanix. It's pretty strong. So this one, you can detach a material from this card, special summon a level 4 Winged Beast from deck.
Wow.
No other restriction on that, you just get it.
That's really good.
If it has any number of Raidraptor monsters material, it can attack up to that many times during each battle phase, not just on monsters. So you can make this guy with like a couple of materials under him and just like attack 25 like 4 times.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, no, he's like low-key a pretty nice OTK too.
And it's not just monsters, you say?
Yeah, it attack that many times.
Wow.
It's not on monsters.
OTK machine.
Yeah, and it's not even the best one in this deck necessarily, depending on what you want to include. And then, notably, while this card is sent to grave by any means, while it has a Raidraptor monster as material, you can special a Raidraptor Xyz monster from your extra deck except himself, and if you do, attach it from grave to that card as material.
Wow, that's really good.
During the combo, I'll explain why that is so crucial. But what you're getting off this is Ultimate Falcon.
The Falcon.
So this is unaffected by other cards' effects. Full stop. It's the first part of that effect is just unaffected 3/5 big guy. You can detach an Xyz material from this card. For the rest of this turn, all monsters your opponent controls will lose 1,000 attack.
That's not.
But more importantly, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated.
Wow.
It's King Calamity.
Oh, God.
That is not a quick effect, but who cares?
Yeah. It doesn't need to
And then if this card is a Raidraptor monster as Xyz material, once per turn during the end phase, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack. And if they control no face-up monsters, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. That comes up. You will often say, being game 3 going to time, your Arsenal Falcon will get cleared. You'll put the Ultimate Falcon up. You'll have 3 seconds left on the clock, and you'll just say end phase. You will burn for 1,000 in that phase. They will not get to start their turn. I'm not saying stall to do that. I'm just saying if you are close to time, be aware that it can do that.
Yeah. Because regardless of what people say, like, oh, making jokes about stalling for time, or anything, like, time comes up way quicker than you'd think. It really does.
especially a lot of people don't like to scoop into this deck, even if they don't have a way to clear the towers for whatever reason. They just get it into their head that they can win.
Yeah.
So you go to time. It's also just worth mentioning that like time is a legitimate win con in this game. You have to include something in your deck to be aware of it. You have 45 minutes. That's 15 minutes again. Games go over 15 minutes.
They do. They really do. Especially with decks that take like 12, 30 minutes to combo off if your opponent's only new to the deck or whatever.
Absolutely.
So having the time win con is a necessity in this.
Like, what happens when you're in game 2 against Runic, you know?
Yeah, you're getting cooked.
Yeah. So I'm just saying it's worth knowing that this is a pretty good time win con.
It is.
Because end phase is one of the best phases of the turn to burn in.
Yeah, and it burns for 1,000, which is a significant amount of damage, to be fair.
Yeah. Then we have the 2 Rising Rebellion. You'll notice this is printed as a rank 13.
Yes.
Which is fun. You do actually summon both of these. The bread and butter combo goes through 2.
Goes through both of them?
Yep. So this also unaffected by other cards' effects, full stop. If it's Xyz summoned, you can destroy as many cards as your opponent controls as possible. Cards. Then if it has 3 or more Raidraptor Xyz monsters with different names as material, which it actually will.
Okay.
Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the combined original attack of all destroyed monsters.
Nice.
This isn't just a time when you can burn them out of the game. Just completely kill off this alone.
You are dead.
Not to mention, again, unaffected 4K.
What effect do you want to have printed on this? Yes.
Speaking of which, it can have multiple effects, because once per turn you can detach 3 Xyz materials, target a Raidraptor Xyz monster in your grave. This card gains that monster's effects until the end phase. It is worth noting that even when you're summoning this, as long as you keep an Xyz in grave, you can copy one of the detached cards. It just needs a legal target on activation.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like the whole Cyber Dragon situation. When you're reviving a Cyber Dragon, you just have to have a valid Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what's it, Lumina, Hand of the Light Swarm, where you can summon the card you discard, but you need to have a Light Swarm in grave to activate that. Then here is the only contentious include. Revolution Falcon Air Raid. So you can Xyz summon this card by discarding a rank up spell and using a rank 5 or lower Raidraptor Xyz material, transfer the materials. If it's Xyz summoned, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. If it was face up, inflict damage equal to the attack it had on the field. And if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect sent to the grave, you can special summon a Raidraptor Revolution Falcon from your extra deck and attach this as material. We aren't playing the normal Revolution Falcon.
Yeah.
This can be one of 2 other cards. The first one is Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I'll explain that in a sec. The other one is Evil Swarm Nightmare. It can also be Typhon. Typhon's a dark Xyz, so it synergizes with the deck.
Yeah.
This is something I only play for something in the side. I'll explain when we get there. But this can be other things. This is probably the thing I would replace it with. So you make this off of the Raiders Knight. Xyz summon card cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can detach a material. This card gains attack equal to the total original attack of all other monsters on the field. Then if it has a Dark Xyz monster as material, negate the effects of all other face-up monsters on the field. You can't attack with other monsters that turn. So this is just a complete OTK machine.
Yeah,
I actually don't feel like it's super necessary in this deck, but the board negate is huge.
Yeah, it is.
And then the final card in the extra is the one of SP Little Knight. You get locked out of it pretty often if you're using Fuzzy, but otherwise you're just Dark Lord, so you can still make this.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that the Y-Strix, the card it summons can't be used as link material, but this can. So you can just link this off and it fulfills the SP. Yeah. So that's the extra. It is tight.
Yeah.
The Revolution is the only thing that you can cut.
Yeah, it looks very tight.
But the archetype covers everything you need as is. Like you have OTK enablers, you have unaffected guys, you have searchers.
You have towers, you've got everything you need.
So onto the side. We have the trio of boys. These are darks.
Yeah.
Obviously Bestials are just good.
Yeah, this is good.
We've got the 3 Nibiru. Obviously this conflicts with the Dominus, but against decks that it wins into, you just want it.
Yeah.
We've got the 1 of Harpy's Feather Duster. Of course, great into back row decks, great into stuff like Blue Eyes, but it's also just like we're already playing Thrust.
Yeah.
So it gets, significantly better. Rivalry, it's good because everything is basically a winged beast. You can also play Gozen because they're all darks.
Yeah.
I just had this one lying around and I had one free slot, you know?
Yeah.
3 Droll Knockboard, insane this format. 3 evenly matched, insane this format.
Yeah.
And as well, with the amount of burn this deck does and the unaffected guys just sitting there, you kind of don't miss the battle phase because you can just kill them on the next turn. They're not going to kill you back. And then the card I was talking about with the Revolution, this is Satellite Cannon Falcon. You do not have to play this, but I like to. If it's Xyz summoned using a Raidraptor monster as material, you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect activation. So this is just like the complete out to back row decks.
Yeah.
It's awkward to get to, but once you get to it, you win the game.
Yeah, that's justifiable.
Then also, as a quick effect, you can detach a material from this and target a face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack for each Raidraptor in your grave, which is always going to be enough to wipe anything to 0.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't come up too much, but you want to have it into those graveyard or into those back row decks. But you don't have to play it, and if you don't play that, you don't need to play the air raid either.
Okay.
So that's the deck. I'm just going to show you guys a quick 2-card combo.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, Cal and Sean back. You said you had a combo to show us, so explain to me what 2 cards you would like to see in the combo.
Okay, so this combo is any 2 level 4 Raidraptors on field. The easiest way to do that is Bloom Vulture will summon itself and anything else. I've chosen Singing Lanius here because the one that does nothing in hand. It's just basically a dead level 4.
Yeah.
Anything that you can summon off Bloom Vulture. There are loads of other ways to go around this combo. You can do like the target protection one that involves jumping through more hoops. But this is just the bread and butter. It ends on a board wipe, an SP, a trap negate, and 3 towers, which is why I've lovingly dubbed it the 9/11 and a half.
God, that's demonetized.
So we will just get into it.
Yeah.
So open board, you'll just go Bloom Vulture effect, summon Singing Lanius.
Yeah.
These will overlay straight into a Raider's Knight. You'll detach, and Raider's Knight will rank up itself. This is your 4th summon. It's Brave Strix. You'll go Brave Strix effect to set a rank up directly from deck. That will be the Skip Force.
Okay.
You'll then activate Skip Force, and as your 5th summon, which means your opponent, even if they shotgun nib, you are safe here, because Arsenal Falcon will float into the Ultimate Falcon no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, so, sorry, you detach the Raiders here. Skip Force, Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
You go Arsenal Falcon, detach, to search the, or to special summon the Noir Lanius.
No. Yeah.
You go Noir effect, target itself, search a monster with a different level, which will be your Heal Eagle. Heal Eagle specials itself for free.
Yeah.
Then you will link Arsenal and Heal Eagle for the Wide Strix. Arsenal will then trigger, summoning an Ultimate Falcon with itself as material. This is the last point your opponent has to interact.
Yeah.
Wide Strix will trigger on summon to special a Raider's Wing from deck, and then you will go Ultimate Falcon effect. They are locked out of card effects for the rest of the turn. If you presume that you're not playing into any interruption, you can just leave the thing under it to do 1,000 burn in the end phase.
Just to confirm as well, this is unaffected by a nib if they do decide to nib.
Yeah, so as soon as you summon Arsenal Falcon, you will always end on Ultimate Falcon, no matter where they nib you. But as soon as the Ultimate Falcon hits the field as part of the combo, you will do the detach effect, and then they cannot activate cards for the rest of the turn. It doesn't matter what it is.
Nice.
So now you have these 2.
Yeah.
You'll overlay them. Even if you choose not to do Ultimate Falcon, the Raider's Wing will protect this from targeting. So you'll go 4 Strix. 4 Strix will detach to search you a copy of Tribute Lanius.
Yeah.
And the Y Strix will trigger to set rank up force directly from deck.
Okay.
This can be activated this turn. So you will target the 4 Strix on field and the Brave Strix and Raider's Knight in grave. These add up to 13.
Oh, I wonder where we're going into.
So you'll summon your first Rising Rebellion. You'll go Rising Rebellion effect, detach 3 to copy the effect of your Arsenal Falcon in grave.
Okay.
You'll then Arsenal Falcon, detach 1, special level 4 from deck.
Yeah.
That will be your Strangle Lanius. Then you will normal Tribute Lanius, which will send the Mimicry from deck to grave. You'll banish the Mimicry to search your Raidraptor Roost. You'll activate Roost. You'll then overlay, or sorry, you'll use Strangle Annie's effect to revive Noir.
Noir, yeah.
It can be any of them.
Okay.
Then you will overlay these two for another 4 Strix.
Oh, don't tell me it's not once per turn.
It is not. So you will detach
criminal.
in order to search the Bloom Vulture.
Yeah.
Sorry, on summon of the 4 Strix, the Roost will trigger to get you Glorious Breath.
Yeah.
You'll just set that at the end of your turn. This is the negate. So this can be anything. It doesn't matter what you search at all here. I like Bloom because it's just great follow-up.
Yeah.
Especially if the one engraved is like such a target on its back, it'll get bestialed or something.
Yeah.
So you'll have the Glorious Sprite, you'll have 1 in hand. Then you go link these two into an SP. If your opponent has something engraved you want to banish, you can do. Going second, you banish. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Then you will go the effect of Heal Eagle engrave,
Yeah.
banishing itself, to set back your Rising.
Okay. Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah. So on your opponent's turn, you'll have these two set. You'll have SP. You'll have 2 big guys.
Yeah.
You will have the 1 card you've searched in hand. Before you end your turn, you'll go Roost. You'll put back Heal Eagle, Mimicry, and 1 other card. Make sure that it is not any of the Xyz's engraved. It can be Arsenal, but none of these 3.
Yeah.
The 5 and the 2 4s. Usually, because, you know, Singing Lanius is in there. We'll just put that back. This will give us 1 single dead draw. So we now have the search card and the draw.
Yeah.
We have the 2 card set. During your opponent's turn, you let them play as much as you want to. You use the SP as interruption if you have to. You use the Glorious Sprite when you have to.
Yeah.
And then when you are satisfied that they have built a big enough board to blow up, you rise up again, target the 4 Strix, you go Raider's Knight, you go Brave Strix, and you overlay into your 2nd copy of Rising Rebellion, blowing up the whole field.
And presumably burning them for game.
Usually.
Okay.
So yeah, if people want a full combo guide, let us know in the comments. We'll do it. Otherwise, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Peace.